either one. Both of them been on here before. It doesn't matter. Let me start at the top. We have Delendra Peterson, darling. She
Hello.
is CEO and founder of the OnPoint Network TV. Delandria, how are you, girl?
I'm fine. How are you, hon?
How you doing, girl?
I'm fine. How you doing, hon?
Good. She always says hun. In the kitchen, shout out to that okra. I still remember that okra. Fried okra. Yeah, it was an award event. I remember that fried okra. Y'all know me. Yeah. But, and then last but not least, Monique White. She is the host, creator, founder, and executive producer of Our Life TV show. And she is a recipient. She just received the Joseph Biden Presidential Award. Welcome back to the Dr. Don radio show, Monique White. How are you, girl?
I'm good, my friend. How are you?
Good. Yeah, we remember that okra, didn't we? Cheesecake. Alabama, y'all better stop sleeping on Alabama. That's all I'm going to say. Now, I'm serious. I mean, that the kitchen is the bomb, and we'll talk about all that later. But we got to talk about collaboration. And you sisters, I think it's amazing that you all are on here together. And I thought of y'all because you all collaborate.
Yes, ma'am.
You're already doing it. You're not competing, so we're going to talk about it. But tell us a little bit about your platform so people get to know who you are. First, you, Delandria, and then you, Mo.
Look, I was going to tell Monique to go first.
Hey, whoever, whatever. That's sisterhood. I don't care. We family here.
Well, I am the CEO and founder of the OnPoint Network. It's a streaming television platform where independents or anybody can put their content on. We're getting ready to do some expansion, which we'll talk about later on in the show. But I do that. I also have a restaurant with my kids, several businesses with my kids, and I also have a filming company that I do filming with.
Okay. And that's like just the tip of what she does, right, Monique? Seriously, tell us about you, Mo, and what you do.
I am the founder of the Our Life TV show. I am a self-taught media personality and have been for 12 years. I have a clinic called the Our Life Media Clinic. It's to teach people that want to get into this field, the ins and outs, not just sitting in front of a camera, but learning the back end of it too, as well, because that's very important.
Yeah.
What else I do? I think that's all. I don't think I'm leaving.
Look, so many
stuff, but
so many hats, but the topic is, look, it is Women's History Month, and I got some good topics, coming up for the sisters all month long, and the brothers to listen to. But we're talking about how we are to collaborate and not compete. Now, ladies, let's talk about competition, because we all hear about competition, but there's negative competition and there is healthy competition.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about it. Either one of y'all.
I mean, I think the problem is when you want to feel like you have to have all the money. There's enough money. There's enough success. There's enough of everything out there for everybody to eat, as I say.
Yeah.
There's no point of trying to make somebody look bad to make yourself look good. To me, if one sister looks good, it's going to make me look good. I don't want any sister to look bad.
That's right.
And if I have to step in and help her look good, then that's what I'm going to do. But you have people who feel like, okay, if I make her look bad, then I can get her business or whatever. And that's not a good look for us ladies.
Yeah, it's not a good look because it makes all women look bad.
True.
And then sometimes you'll run into a sister who will think you're going to stab her in the back no, I'm not like her. I don't, yeah. But you, Monique, negative competition versus healthy competition.
I mean, because I'm kind of like along the lines of Delendra, but also it's nothing wrong with you learning from someone else that has spent many, many years longer than you in this craft. And when you don't want to learn from another person, or you have to learn, and then you decide, oh, I can do this myself. I mean, you spinning your wheels like that.
Do you think it's pride sometime, y'all?
Do what?
Do y'all think it's pride sometime? We want to act like we have it all together?
I think it's not just pride, but lack of patience. I mean, because when you join those two things together, you have a monster.
Yeah.
A person who doesn't want to learn from someone else and then is impatient to get to where they need to be will cause conflict and issues all the time instead of realizing sometimes you have to wait your turn.
Yeah.
And waiting your turn doesn't mean that you won't get there. It means that in the process of waiting, you're learning. You're not just learning techniques, you're learning people that can help you or situations that can grow you. But some people don't even want to wait now.
Yeah.
No, because they feel that they think it's overnight. They think they're gonna get to whatever success they're looking for, whatever that looks like in their mind, they're gonna get to it overnight, and that's not the case
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Very
Yeah.
true.
Because how long have you been doing this, Delandria?
Well, I've been doing plays, music, and everything since high school.
Okay. So but
yeah.
starting OnPoint Network, that's been how many
Oh,
years?
2018 is when I actually started it. We started working on it in the first part of 2017.
Okay. Monique, you've been in the game how long?
12 years.
Okay. So people
always on TV.
Yeah. And people popping, people see the now popping up and they think, oh, they're doing it. Man, y'all don't even know. They don't even know. And then still dealing with, is God, elevates, still dealing with all of that goes along with it. But you know what I think about competition, though? Healthy competition, though, is like if I see Monique at winning media awards, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not jealous of Monique, but I'm like, man, I need to step my game up.
Exactly. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the healthy competition.
Right.
When I see somebody else elevating, I'm thinking to myself, well, what am I doing that I need to do better?
Yes.
I look like I just commented on a young lady who started preaching that I used to look up to in high school, and she just started preaching. And I put in the comment that I always looked up to her because it was something about her.
Yeah.
And when I saw her preaching, I realized that was the reason why. So instead of just looking up to people and realizing what are they doing that I can do, or how can I take a part of myself to get to where they are?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And when you can't congratulate somebody, that should be your number one telling you have a problem. If you can't congratulate the next person on their accomplishment.
Yeah. Girl, that's right there too. But see, and the thing is, like, if you reach out to certain people, some will help you, some won't.
That's true.
You have to just deal with it. But at least you tried. But you would be surprised at how many people want to see you win, because we're not competing. We're not competing. Not at all. Even if I did a TV show, Monique and I wouldn't be competing. She does remove the mask. I would do something else. Delandria, I mean, and she's, I tell you, we're all collaborating because my content runs on Delandria's network as well. So it's very interesting. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you have been on my show, Dawn, multiple times.
Oh yeah, I could host it if you were out of town. I mean,
exactly.
Shout out to Trinae, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
You can fill in here. Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Yeah.
But I have been in situations where they didn't want me on their show. I've been in those kind of situations where I was not welcome to be on someone else's talk show.
Wow. They told you that? Or
Yeah, I was told that.
Wow. You, Delandria, you've ever experienced that? Because you sing too.
Yeah.
Delandria plays piano. Y'all, Delandria is so talented. Yeah.
I've had several situations, but one thing I've learned is to stop worrying about people.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize on the inside, I have low self-esteem on the inside. But for some reason, God would not let me show it on the outside.
Yeah.
And every time I get that low self-esteem, that's when he just pours into me to realize that I don't have to look for people's support. I don't have to look for people's confirmation.
That's
I don't
right.
have to look for people to open the doors, because he would open the doors. He will give me my support and he will give me my confirmation. And that's what we as women have to learn. You don't have to hate on someone else, because if you pour into others, God will pour even more into you, where you won't have to worry about nothing but overflow.
Oh, yes. I like that right there.
Maturity.
Go ahead, Mo.
That comes with maturity.
Right. Right.
And we have a lot of some people are still not at that level of where they need to be for maturity.
Yeah,
it's true.
So,
but you said it, Delendra. When we are talking about, and shout out to you, Michelle. Michelle says, good point.
Hey, Michelle.
And God bless you, Michelle. Michelle's awesome. And now shout out to her, because when the Dr. Dawn doesn't have time to give encouragement, Michelle is like just pouring. She's pouring her. She's the Dr. Michelle. Keep bringing it, girl. I love the encouragement you're bringing people. But seriously, you all, you talked about it. Maturity. Mature. God bless you, Michelle. Maturity. When you are spiritually mature, you're not competing, and God, because it says it in the scripture.
Yes.
God wants all of our gifts. Everybody doesn't have the same gifts for a reason, because if we are all doing the same thing, everybody's not getting touched. So yeah, it's spiritual maturity. Spiritual maturity.
Can't reach everybody. I can't reach everyone.
That's
I
right.
don't know how to reach everyone.
Yes.
So if I would learn who I am and who I am, the gifts that I have, if I learn who I am, I can reach the people I'm supposed to reach. There are 6.9 billion people in this world.
Yes.
You can reach your few people that you need to reach and still be successful.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm telling you, if we get back to the scripture though, but I love, Delendra, how you were very transparent, sister, with that, with sharing self-esteem. We all deal with the insecurities every now and then. Some people project those insecurities on others and hate for, but Delendra, God is using you. Now, Mo, I want to hear from you first on this. Okay. Now, see, I don't call it being cocky. I call it being confident in what God has given me. I'm not being cocky. I'm being confident. It's no ego here. But if God's giving you a gift, we got to walk in it. But he gets all the glory. Give us some reasons. Let's start with you, Mo, and then you, Delendra, why maybe you have found that some women can't collaborate with you. They want to compete with you instead.
Oh, wow. I don't know. I think, and I don't know why, but I think it's like I'm a threat to some women. Again, I go back to maturity, because I'm not, when I walk into a room, or if I'm getting an award, if I'm doing something here, or I'm traveling here, I'm not, like you said, being cocky. I'm just doing and walking in the purpose God gave me.
That's right.
I'm not trying to, and let's back up a little bit. I had to grow.
Yeah.
In maturity, a backbone. I had to grow into the person I am now to be able to walk firmly in what I do.
Yeah.
And that took me 8 years to grow in that.
Yeah.
Because I was one of those people that was like, why they getting awards? Why they doing it? And I wasn't getting anything.
Yeah.
It took me 11 years to get that first award. And that didn't even come from Houston. And the show was birthed here in Houston. Yeah. So I had to grow up. And I think with a lot of people, when they see me, most people think I make what I do look easy. I make it look perfect. And that's really not the case. Yeah. Delendra knows I'm very hard on myself.
Oh, yeah.
On the product and what I do. I just don't sit in front of the camera. I take everything. You know that, because we've had conversations.
Come on.
So I think I just have to stick for some reason with maturity. When people look at me, they see one way, but they really don't take time out to get to know who I am. I will help you do this and teach you the right way on doing it. Right. Now, I don't know everything, Dawn, but I will definitely point to you what I do know. But
that's right.
It's not too many be wanting to work with you.
Hey, we love you, Delendra, and prayerfully more people will. I mean, that's what this conversation is about. Delendra, what have you found some reasons?
I think it kind of touches on what Monique says. People don't look at the story. They just look at where you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they look at what you've done and don't realize what you've had to do to get there.
Mm-hmm.
I realize that there are a lot of women who don't like me just because they don't know me. They think I'm stuck up and they think I know everything. No, it's not that. It's just that I don't have time to hang out.
Yeah.
I don't have time to go, clubbing or girls' nights, or because I have a purpose that I'm trying to get to. I have a place that I'm trying to be, and trying to get to that place doesn't mean I have time to hang out with you, and you and you. So it's not that I'm stuck up. It's just that I know where I'm going. And if people would
That's good. And
yes,
some people don't know where they're going. That's why they hate on you. They don't know God has a calling for them, but they want to do what Delandria does.
mm-hmm.
And because it's not working for them,
it's not your purpose.
That's right. But because they don't know, because again, let's go back to spiritual maturity.
See, they don't understand that. They don't understand the tears. They don't understand to stay up all night. They don't understand that you want to actually have fun sometimes in your life. You want to have a social life. You want to do so many things other than what you're called to do. And they don't realize that if they actually were in your spot, they would not want to be there.
And I think I look at, if you really knew what a sister had went through and what she is going through, you'd be like, girl, I'm proud of you. Exactly. Instead of hating, you'd be like, girl, I'm proud you can keep your head up. You've been through that. Monique, you've been through how many deaths? Last year, Delandria, you
what you mean?
You have shared, my goodness.
You mean last year, this year?
I don't know. You see, but the point is, she removes the mask, but if you see, she's helping others remove the mask because we have to, and again, it goes back to spiritual maturity and getting right with Christ. Because if you right with Christ, and it's a process. Because look, I've been born and I've been saved in all my life, y'all. But I had a Saul spirit. I had a jealous spirit.
Okay,
and I'll admit it. I had a jealous spirit. Was hating on others. God, that's not fair. But I was spiritually immature, and I had a Saul spirit. You know why? Because I didn't know who and whose I was, and I wanted to. But when you sit down somewhere, God will talk to you.
That's it.
And I wasn't sitting down. I was busy. Busy don't mean blessed. I was over here. Well, it's working. I was mad, y'all. Jealous of others. But I thank God that he said, you know what? I'm going to use her anyway. I'm going to work on her. I'm not giving up on her. But I had a jealous spirit. That's why when I see sisters who are broken, I'm like, girl, I was there too. You ain't fooling me. I was broken. I was there. And I'm not ashamed to say that, y'all. But that was the old me. That's why I know when them sisters are broken, because that was me. That was me.
I've been the person who said, God, why am I not where this person is?
Yeah.
But I had to realize, baby, that's not your journey.
Come on now.
That's not where I want you to be, and you're not going to be happy there. When you learn that's not your journey, you will be okay.
Let's read Michelle's comment. And I want to know what you... Go ahead, Mo.
One thing I learned is I had to learn, and I keep that in my mind at all times. God is going to move you into your purpose when it's time. Sometimes you have to be molded and shaped to be able to move fully into your purpose. So when years ago, when I was like, why this, and I can't do this, and I can't get the first show, not even Our Life, my first show here, there, and everywhere, because God knew I didn't have the backbone. I still was complaining about other people. I wasn't ready.
That's right.
Okay. I wasn't ready.
And see, God can't use us hating on others. He's like, I want to use you, but you still jealous. You still worried about what somebody else got. I can't use you. Because truth is, y'all, you have so many people who are on these high levels who have such jealous spirits. You can see it. And we don't want that to be us. So it's time to heal, get our lives together. Now, look, I want to know what y'all think. I'm about to read Michelle's comment. Thank you, Michelle. She said, and let's hear from you, Delandria, and then you, Monique. Michelle says, instead of being jealous of the person, learn from them or get to know them if possible to become a better version of you. That's good. I like that. She said, you grow from people who have accomplished more than you did, and it can motivate you to strive for better. Love it. What do y'all think of that?
That's just very true.
Yeah.
I mean, the best thing to do is to look at those who are already where you want to be.
Yeah.
But first, you have to know who you are and where you should be.
That's right.
There are too many people working in the wrong area, and you're wondering why things aren't working right. But you have to know who you are to know where you should be. And
That's
if
right.
you pay attention to and some people, are in positions and making or successful are not always God led. So you don't need to be where they need to be at that time. Sometimes God would not let you be near them because they're not who you need to be near. Or he will not let you learn from that person because they're not God led. So sometimes that door being closed is not because God wants to hurt you or hinder you. It's because, baby, that person is going to hurt you in the long run and you won't even know it.
Ooh, he's protecting you.
That's it, honey.
Monique, that's good.
She didn't say the whole lot.
Aren't you a pastor too, Delendra?
Yes, she is.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I heard some pastor coming out.
She is that too.
Yeah. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. We need it.
Again, you got to know your purpose.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm just not a believer of where you have 10 purposes.
Oh, that's right.
I think you really only have one. And you need, in order for you to figure out what that one truly is, you need to tap in God for that. And I think a lot of people do whatever they see the next person doing because they think that's going to make them quick money. And it's not going to work like that. I have what now on my shelf done, 5, 6 awards, when at one time I didn't have not a one.
Yeah.
Those awards don't mean anything because if I don't walk in the purpose God gave me to walk in, those awards don't mean nothing.
That's it.
And it says in the word, don't be caught up in the praise of man.
That's it. That's it. And I think a lot of people, because and my ex-husband used to say this all the time, I do too much. But I used to wonder myself, like, why would God give me so many different gifts and talents and skills?
Yeah.
Until I finally sat down and said, God, okay, now it's time for you to show me how to take whatever you've given me to walk in the purpose that you want me to have. And now if anybody looks at everything I'm doing, it all collaborates together.
Yeah.
God doesn't give you exactly. He doesn't give you a talent that he doesn't want you to use. It's all for that one purpose.
Yeah.
4 or 5 different things.
And I was talking about that
on different levels, on different spectrums. You over here somewhere, then you don't went way somewhere else doing something. It has to. Your purposes to me has to tie in together somehow, some way.
Because I was talking to a friend of mine, right? Mm-hmm. We didn't see Oprah trying to be an actress and a journalist at the same time, and she started off with journalism.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Then Quincy Jones saw her on the Oprah Winfrey Show and said, "That's Miss Sophia." Mm-hmm. Then years later, right? Same thing with very successful people. They started with one thing, and but you got to do that one thing well. And let's read Michelle's point. I want to know what you have to say about this. I want to hear from you first, Mo, and then you, Delendra. She says, everyone has a unique gift. When you know what your purpose or gift is, then you will be effective. Stop wasting time and walk into your genius. I like that. Mo, and then you, Delendra. That's good.
I love it because that's how that's what I live by. And that's when I talk to people, I talk about purpose.
Yeah.
You need to know what your true purpose is. Yeah. Just because it's not everybody else's purpose.
Yeah.
Are you because you do good jokes and all the family members told you do good jokes, you think you should be a comedian now? No. It don't work that way. When you line with God, he's gonna show you what that purpose is when it's time, and you're gonna start walking and living in your purpose. So I agree with Miss Michelle all the way.
You, Delendra?
I mean, I totally agree, and it kind of go back to what you were saying about Oprah. We have to stay in alignment with God because our purpose evolves.
Oh yes.
he started her off in one position. She was loyal to that position till he moved her to a next position of acting. From the acting, now she has a network.
Yeah.
You have to understand, God, your purpose will evolve or change.
Yeah.
So you still have to stay connected to your gifts and to God to understand where you got to go, because you still trying to stay in TV talk show host. If Oprah had stayed there, she would never be where she is today.
That's
if she
right.
was listening and paying attention to the movement that she needed to make.
Yeah.
That you got to walk in your genius and you got to stay focused on where you're going to.
That's right. But you have to, you got to sit down with God and see, we move around so much. We like to be busy. Busy doesn't mean blessed. God will speak to you in the quiet time. And it's not easy because I don't like to be still. I'm like, God, we need to be doing something. What are we? He's like, I need you to sit down. But God, I don't want to sit down. Why are we not moving even now? I'm like, okay, God, we did that. When are we going to do this? He's like, I need you to chill. It's hard for all of us, y'all. But I'm not trying to run Monique out of her lane, right? I know with spiritual maturity, God's saying, I need you to sit back down. And that's when I have to be still. Being still will just open so many doors. Now, sisters, I got to talk about this conversation. We may get along with other women, but that doesn't mean we need to collaborate, right?
True.
She's nice, she's sweet, but that don't mean we need to partner. Okay? Girl, I like you. We get along. We sat next to each other at this women's brunch, but that don't mean we about to start a business together. How do you know? How do you determine? And I want to hear from you first, Delendra, and then you, Monique, who you should collaborate with. Because just because we don't collaborate don't mean we should hate each other. Maybe that didn't work out. Or maybe that's just, we just not called to bring our brands together. But you, Delendra, and then you, Mo.
One thing you got to know is, like I said from the beginning, you got to know who you are first. Because you can't have every type of spirit around you when you don't know who you are. And you have to be a person that can deal with different people. I think God kind of molded me into realizing how to deal with different spirits and different individuals by being a teacher. I hated teaching, not because I didn't love the children.
Yeah.
It was because that wasn't my purpose. But I didn't realize God was molding me into understanding how to be a leader, and not just a leader, but a follower. Because in order to teach children, you have to learn to follow them too and understand who they are. Sometimes you have to let the children lead so you can understand how to teach them. So that was something I had to learn. So in the process of that made me realize of knowing who to bring around me and when to bring them around me. Now, child, trust me, I'd have made a mistake of bringing the wrong people around me before. But
we all have.
I wasn't paying attention. That was when I was off focus. And that's why you have to stay, like you said, sometimes you got to get to yourself, give yourself some quiet time so you can get your mind right, get your focus right into what you're doing. Because if you're always too busy, you're going to walk into the wrong people that's going to tear your whole mission up.
Oh, yes.
So,
or when you're desperate for success, you will align yourself with demons. The enemy disguises demons as God's divine intervention. I've been there. It ain't fun. Monique, who do you determine? How do you determine who you're going to collaborate with?
Somebody told me a long time ago, all business is not good business. So I don't. First of all, people come to me a lot wanting to do business with me, want to collaborate with me. My favorite word is research. So I'm going to research you and see how you conduct your business before I tie you into my business.
That's it.
Because my business comes along with sponsors. So I've been in that situation where I collaborated, I guess you can say, and I had to pull myself out of that because that would have been a mountain of stuff that was not good, that would have had my sponsors tied up into that. So no, I research thoroughly.
That's good.
Before I decide to do business with anybody or collaborate with you or however.
Yeah. That's good.
I don't attach. It's not good for no business owner to attach their business to anything and everything because this person saying they could do this person saying they could do that. It don't. No.
Yeah. And then I too watch track record. I look at what's going on.
Yeah.
You're you're over here. Now you're over there. Now have you bared fruit? I'm looking at fruit. His fruit. Because some people, you plant a harvest here, then that dies, then you plant one. You don't wait. And see, what's gonna happen is if we collaborate and things don't progress like you want it to, you're gonna leave me high and dry.
Yes.
I'm not doing that, right?
And then turn around and blame it on you.
Yeah, the Dr. Dunn she wasn't doing. No, I did my part.
That's it.
I told you were trying to use the go-go gadget fertilizer, and God said no. I told you, or they bring other people in. I look at who they surround themselves with too.
Exactly.
If you surrounding yourself with people I don't really deal with, even though you may be nice, it means either your spirit of discernment is not strong, or maybe you just as slick as them. I don't know. Now let's read.
Also, like Delendra said, you have to sometimes let them lead.
Yes.
So you could see what the real deal is, because you can be nice as all day the week, but you can have some bad business practices that I don't even know about because you camouflage with me.
Yeah. Let's read this comment from Michelle. I love this, and I want to know what y'all think. She said, we have to be led by the Spirit and ask God to order our steps. Because it does say in the Word of God, we can make our plans, but the Lord determines how we get there. We can't forget that. But she said, we go through different seasons and our purpose can change. That's true. Our gifts remain constant, but the assignments can change. The purpose can change, and the gift should fit in with your purpose. Talk about it, y'all. Thank you, Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle is on it tonight, girl.
I told y'all she was on it.
Michelle is on.
Oh, Michelle said, I'm on this thing.
Exactly.
That's right.
But yeah, that's true, Michelle. That is so true. Even if your purpose changes, doesn't mean your gifts would change. God will even elevate and increase your gifts. I think one thing that we don't pray correctly is asking God for the knowledge to be able to use what he's given us.
Ah, that's good.
Because your gifts, you might just be working in it in a small form, but when God wants to take you to your next purpose, he wants to grow that gift, and he can't take you because that gift hasn't been grown. So you have to ask God to give you the knowledge to grow that gift, and the skills to increase. And sometimes you got to find somebody else to show you how to do it.
That's right.
You can't be so I got it all, or I know it all. No, you don't.
No.
Because if God needs to take you to that next place, you need to learn everything about the gifts. My dad always says, it doesn't matter what you're doing, learn everything about who you are and the gifts you've been given.
That's right.
Even if you can't do it.
And pride cometh before a fall. If you act like you got it all together, you're going to fall. Stop putting up a front.
There you go.
Everybody has had a mentor. I love mentors. I love learning from people. Michelle says, I just came from a spirit-filled choir service at church tonight and tuned in. Amen to that.
Okay.
I know that's right. Look, y'all. Now, I and I love when we're talking about collaborations, because we do collaborate. But everything we don't collaborate on, right? There are many different things we all do. Yes, we're collaborating. Our content's on Delendra, but she didn't ask us to participate with the documentary. Monique didn't say,
Dawn, you finna put me in the high group. I actually was supposed to be in Dallas.
Oh well, I wasn't asked, but who cares? Yeah,
because I am a partner of the OnPoint network now, so I actually was supposed to be helping and working, and that you're gonna get me fired up here, though.
Hey, but ain't no hating. I didn't know. Good for you. Look, ain't no hating over here, boo. Trust me.
No.
So yeah, but I was supposed to be participating in that, but I couldn't make it.
Okay. Hey, I ain't hating. I didn't know what y'all had going. It's none of my business.
I mean, it's like you said, some things are just not your lane. Some things are just to be done in different, to bring in different people. Like
Right.
what that documentary I did was dealing with music.
Hello.
And my thought process is, okay, God, what do you have me doing? I'm gonna do. And he
That's
kept
right.
telling me do this documentary for several reasons. This man had poured his music into so many major artists,
Mm,
and nobody knew who he was.
mm,
And God is showing me just that a lot of people need to see those who have poured out
yeah.
so they can be poured into.
That's good.
Sometimes you just have to maneuver, jump over here for God to do a movement over here and then jump back, you know, because the music is a part of a network. You have to have good music to actually have good content on the network.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's interesting, right? Because God and I became part of the OnPoint network because Monique said, "Oh, there is a great station. There's a sister there, Dawn, and she told several different people. And I'm telling you, it's about collaboration. It's about collaboration. And we were there, y'all, helping with the award event, wasn't we, Mo? Behind the scenes, not too good to put up chair covers. You can't be too good to help and humble yourself too.
That's it.
Now, yeah, I got my award, but y'all didn't see when we had our heels off in the trenches.
That's it.
Now, Monique, I want to start with you with this question, and then you, Delendra, because rejection. Let's talk about how it's not always a bad thing. Because some people take rejection. Oh, well, Mo didn't want me on her show. Da 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 da. You got to change your perspective on rejection. Mo, how do you deal with it? And then you, Delendra.
Again, like I said before, I had to grow up.
Yeah.
Okay. So the old me, I probably would have boo-hoo cried.
Yeah.
Now this me is like if I was rejected or turned down for something, especially anything in regards to our life, I look at it as a blessing now.
Yeah.
It just wasn't time. That wasn't the avenue I was supposed to go down for whatever reason.
That's right.
And that's how I look at it now. Now the old me probably would have been hurt and cried and all that foolishness.
Yeah. You, Delendra, we got to change our perspective on rejection. Yeah. You, Delendra, how do you view rejection when you deal with rejection? Sometimes it does hurt, but
yeah, it hurts. I mean, the self-esteem the person with the low self-esteem is gonna cry, gonna go home and cry and gonna get it all out. But then when God makes me sit down and get quiet, he tells me everything isn't for you.
Yeah.
You know, that show might not have been for me.
That's right.
Or that, I wanted to be the person that was out there performing and singing and doing my opera. And even though it stopped in the wrong time and the way it stopped was horrible, it wasn't for me at the time. I had 2 kids, but it wasn't for me at the time.
Yeah.
You have to understand that you have to look at your season.
Yes.
And you have to look at where you are in your season. Is it for you at that time? Because I know there are things about my life I was just thinking about today, and I was like, God, why didn't you open that door? Why didn't you let that person do what they said they was going to do? And then today, God showed me today, he was like, if I had given you what you needed or what you were asking for then, I couldn't give it to you when you needed it.
Oh, yes.
So sometimes you don't need it then, you need it at a certain time.
Rejection for me, it's not always. Sometimes if we take it personal, it's our perspective on rejection. That person saying no. And let's read Michelle's comment. And I want to know what y'all think. Then I'll go into my little spiel I was going to do. Michelle said, because Michelle, I told y'all she keeps the encouragement. Come on. Michelle says, sometimes rejection is a blessing from God. God has something better for you, or it is not the right time. I have experienced both of those things. My God, Michelle. She said you might need some preparation or maturity.
Yes.
That's just what y'all touched on, right?
Yeah.
That's true. Because let's think about it, right? If God was to give it to us, and I think about, man, like if I when I get an opportunity, like one time I got an opportunity, it was a year later. I got it. And I said, God, I would not have sounded that intelligent. I wouldn't have been if you had given it to me a year ago, I probably wouldn't wouldn't have spoken as well and been as educated as I should have been. God is really helping you. But this is, we have to change our perspective on rejection, because some people aren't trying to hurt you. But if Delendra says, well, your show's not ready for the network right now, she's not trying to hurt you. She's trying to help you, because when you go out there, you want to be polished.
Exactly.
People are trying to help you. Get out of your feelings. I know grandma told you you were the best thing in the world. But the reality is,
you're not.
Right? We all have to grow. So people are trying to help you, but you take it personal because of your ego. You got to get out of that. People are trying to help you.
And see, we just had an instance like that at the end of last year. We had a show come to us, and Monique was reviewing the content of the show.
Okay.
And she had to let them know, you need to do this, and this, and this, for it to look good. And it wasn't being mean. Yeah. It's just that we wanted them to be a better show. Like, we wanted you just can't come on here with tank tops and stuff and think people are going to look at you as being professional. Or you can't come on there with people just saying whatever, don't know the content. They're just speaking anything. People are not going to take it seriously.
Yeah.
So she had to let them know that. And I've been checking out their content. They've been working on stuff. So, I mean, sometimes people might get hurt and they get an attitude, but you can actually see them working on it when they think about it.
That's good, because they're mature. Right, Mo? I mean, again, Mo touched on it. Yeah.
Because I pointed out different things.
Yeah.
And then when I pointed out these things, I explained why.
Yes.
And I also, when I have shows for the network to review, I don't just outright say, well, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to change this. I will ask a question and say, okay, so what made you do it this way? Because I want to see how you thinking, how you looking at it, before I just automatically just, because some people just shut you down.
That's right.
And that makes that you think negative on rejection, because people are just, no, you can't do this. Ask them, what was their train of thought when they chose to put a yellow background up with some pink dots? I don't know. Just ask them what their train of thought was before you just shut them down. So.
Yeah. But it's constructive criticism, though.
Because,
again, if there's constructive and destructive, like a construction team. They're not just going to tell you, well, Dr. Dawn, this show that segment is bad, and then be done. No, they're going to say, Dr. Dawn, you could improve that segment if you did this, that. They'll give you something to replace what you're doing to elevate you. But people, when they tear you down, it's just, oh, that wasn't good, and they walk away. Well, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't take everybody's criticism either. I'm careful about who I take advice from. Michelle says mature people welcome constructive criticism and they don't feel attacked. What do you have to say on that, Delendra?
I mean, that's true. You also got to look at how you give them that constructive criticism.
That's right.
Yeah, I think teaching taught me that too, because you had to give them the negative, but come right behind it with the positive.
Yes.
And sometimes you have to get the positive and the negative and then the positive. You have to look at the individual. Everybody can't accept being to tell them how to fix things. Everybody doesn't know how to deal with that. You have to know the person that you're talking to.
Yeah.
And as the person taking the criticism, you have to understand it's not to hurt you or harm you. It's to improve you.
That's right. Yeah. Now, some people, they want to tear you down because they have a hidden agenda.
That's true.
But if you know the Holy Spirit, you know what's really going on.
That's it.
You're not going to walk away crying. You know that's an enemy. You, Mo?
And sometimes I think you have to meet people where they are.
That's right.
And not belittle people.
That's right.
Or not try to take a person's product or whatever they're trying to do, especially with media, and belittle it.
Yes.
Like it's nothing. I definitely try my hardest not to do that. It's done to me some of the time, but hey.
Yeah. And nobody has arrived. See, that's the thing. The only thing I can tell you,
a lot of people that think they have arrived.
Yeah, no. Look, I thank President Biden for the award, but the Dr. Dawn has not arrived. Okay?
Exactly.
Nobody. Oprah hasn't even arrived. Why do you think she keeps building business partnerships and new TV
Yeah.
shows? You can never think you've arrived or you get comfortable. So even the wealthiest person doesn't think, even, so they never think they arrive because you always want to strive to be better. But we can act a little bit. No, I'm going to share with you from my experiences and what has worked for me, because you came asking me. But I don't ever want to tear people down. And then I also don't make it be what I think it should be. No, what God told you, that's what we want to stick with. But but some people listen, some people don't. But I love when people listen, and I have to listen. It was hard for me to listen because I was like, the Dr. Dunn got it going on. What? Improve what? Oh, girl, but
But
when you snapped in reality, yeah.
I was shocked. Like, a while back, I was reading an article and it was saying that Anita Baker was gonna start taking voice lessons. I'm thinking to myself, Anita Baker is just like the bomb to me. But I had to realize it doesn't matter where you think that person is, they know they have to continue to improve
Oh, yes.
or to keep where they are going. And I was just, when I thought about that, I was like, you know what? I like that. She's willing to learn more and more, even though we look at her as a Grammy Award winning artist. You can't get, like you said, you cannot get comfortable. You have to learn to serve so you can continue to follow and to lead. And it's so many steps to it. You never stop. You never stop.
Humility. It comes with humility.
Mm-hmm.
Nemo, I want to start with you with this question. And this, ladies, as we in this, because it is Women's History Month, and I believe we all are called to make history in some way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, to leave a legacy. What legacy do you want to leave with your platform?
I want men and women, because now I do men's shows as well. So I want men and women to understand and know it's okay to be your transparent self and not worried about being judged about anything you deal with. You have a voice. God gave you a voice. God gave you a purpose. Stand up in that purpose and let your voice be heard and not worry about being judged. So that's uh, what I want most be left and people to understand.
Yeah, that's good. You, Delandria?
Well, the legacy I
So
want
much, yeah.
the legacy I want to leave isn't for me.
Yeah.
It's for everyone. I want everyone to know that you have a gift for a reason.
Yeah.
And it's to elevate you, not to keep you where. Don't settle. Step out on faith. Like, don't settle for the meager, because that's not who God created in you. And I think so many of us, especially where I live in Alabama, they settle for the meager. And so I don't know, God just uses me to show them that even if you have no money, that with God, you don't have to worry about the money part.
Yeah.
You just step out on that faith and you open the door. Because, baby, this building right here I'm in that y'all can't see.
Yeah.
That was a step out on faith right there. That wasn't money. It was God saying, okay, it's time to go ahead and step now, because it wasn't the money that I had. People look at my family and think I have the money. No, it's not me that have. They got the money. I haven't gotten to that level yet, but I have a God who knows what his child needs. So when people learn to step out on faith and let go of I don't, or I can't, or how do I, you don't even have to one of those questions.
Yes.
I call them my three holy goons: God, Jesus Christ, and Holy Spirit. Baby, when they step out,
Yeah.
you better keep walking behind them, because they're finna bust open some doors and provide some things, and things will change. That's what we have
Yes.
to do.
Yes. I like that. Yeah. Step out on faith. If God told you to do it, you better do it.
Yep.
And he'll make a way, but that's where faith comes in. That's where faith comes in. Now, last question, ladies. I want to start with you, Mo. Whatever you want to say for Women's History Month, however you want to encourage whatever, just say it, girl.
Oh God, to women, no matter what your situation is at this time, um, stay encouraged and just again be your transparent self. Don't worry about anybody else. Stay encouraged. Step out on faith. Walk in your purpose. Make that dream you have come to reality. and don't let anybody tell you you cannot do something.
That's
'Cause you
right.
can.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Don't let anybody tell you.
That's it.
I like that. You, Delandria?
Well, for any woman out there that feels like she's not enough,
Mm,
you were born with more than enough in you to
yeah.
succeed. Let go of what you think is good so you can get to the greater. Baby, you were born to do great things. God did not make us a woman just to feel like we're nothing. He did not allow us to be able to birth things into this world, not just children, but to birth things into this world for us not to give life and breath. If
Yeah.
you feel lost right now, don't worry about it. There are women who are successful who are being right where you are.
Yeah.
They fought and they found other women and prayed for other women or people
Oh,
to come into
yes.
their lives to bring them out of where they are. And I promise you, if you ask God to take you from where you are to where you need to be, He's going to send you everything you need. You just have to have that faith and you have to walk. You have to do and you're going to have to fight and you're going to have to work. You can't sit at home. It's not going to work like that.
Yes.
Mm.
And pray. You said the word pray. We have to pray for our enemies.
That's
I
it. Mm-hmm.
When you pray for those who have done you wrong, those jealous women, I pray there's some women I lift up in prayer. I'm like, Lord, let them receive the release from that spirit. They
Mm.
broken. I know they broken. They look good. They all this going on, baby. I mean, I pray for them. I really pray for them. And I mean it. I'm not like, oh, I pray for them, Lord. No, no, no. I really pray and I pray because can you imagine being just looking like you have it together, but inside you are so tore up?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
I think,
That's a miserable life to live. So
and
we
I'm sorry, I think
no,
about
go
that
ahead.
same thing when it comes to racism. Like we have people that are scared
Mm.
of us as African Americans,
Oh,
and
that's
they
good.
want to harm us instead of thinking. But if you pray for me, and if you want me to be a better person, this world could be better.
Oh, yes.
So why look at me like, oh, they? No, if we all could do better, this world could be a whole lot better.
Yeah.
That's the problem, the issue. We don't realize that if we work together, we can have a better life.
Mm.
Mhm.
Spiritual maturity. They touched on it. Collaboration, not competition. Monique White, Delandria Tarsavana, whatever name she wants to. Is it Peterson? I put her government name on the flyer. Hey, you're not anonymous. I don't know what Delandria be doing.
Oh, that's
Look,
my God. Thank you.
give us your contact information, ladies, your website, all that good stuff.
Go ahead, Monique.
Monique is too busy being entertained.
Listen, it don't make no sense.
Oh my God. On social media, everything Our Life. I think my Instagram is Our Life show underscore. You can catch me every Wednesday on the OnPoint Network, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, Xbox. I will be back in the studio for the first time this year.
Oh,
Double show in
let me clap it up for that. Okay, y'all hear the applause?
Thank you. Double show in honor of Women's History Month. So the first show is Female Scientists.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and the second show is the women's organization that I'm a part of, Forsated Film. Each of those women have walked the journey of domestic violence, sex trafficking, and so forth. So we'll be talking about those journeys they walk, no matter what everybody see what they look like today. The I Life Media Clinic, my plan is to start that back up before the end of this year.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Hey. And I'll be here on the radio with y'all till 10 p.m. That's where I'll be. And doing now, Delandria, do you know when the award event's coming up? Any announcements or TB or just or you'll keep us updated?
You just felt like I should have said something then. You just felt like it.
I don't know.
Well, back when we was talking about rejection.
Oh, yeah.
Well, around my birthday, I had the, birthday dinner and everything. And I was like, we're getting ready to have distribution to Netflix and Hulu. Well, rejection came.
Oh.
But
hey,
in the midst of rejection, God was like, I rejected it because the contract wasn't right.
Oh.
And they didn't want to correct the contract. But let me tell you how God can work. He will let something happen to give you something even better. Percentages are better.
Yeah.
More doors are open. So we're getting ready to be able to do stuff like Splice and Documentary Plus, History Plus, different.
Good.
We have the ability to be on every network you can think of that you can watch on TV. We'll be able to put content on there. So God is good. If you want to follow the OnPoint Network, you got the OnPointNetwork.tv. Everything for the OnPoint Network is either OnPoint Network TV or OnPoint Network. If you want to follow me, it's Tarsavina. You can find me on any platform as under those things. And yes, I got 50 million names, so don't y'all be tripping.
That's your business. I don't know what's going on. That's not
That's where we out.
A new unit, a new pose. I don't know what. Hey, that's your business. You'll be fine. Yeah. She's dodging people, y'all. She said, not
that was
yeah.
That wasn't me. That was my dad. I would use them all. He gave them all to me.
Why not? Who cares? Hey. Ladies, I'm so glad y'all could be here, right?
Yay.
Come on. Monique just sits back and laughs. She don't even need to be on. I just brought her on here to watch. That's it, because she don't even have to talk. She just like to watch and laugh. Y'all know how we do.
But y'all cut up.
She does too. She just does it with a straight face, doesn't she, Delendra?
Yes.
Yeah. She'll say something off the wall. I'm like, what? But she quiet with it. We're loud. We're more what is it? Animated, Delendra. So yeah, but Monique will be right there whispering to you, girl. I'm like,
just like you got them right now. Say what you got to say. Be like,
Oh my goodness, ladies, God bless you. Delendra, tell us about the kitchen.
Oh well,
give us that website too.
Oh well, we don't have a website. We just use the Facebook, so it's the kitchen. Okay. So if you guys are in Linden, or even if you want us to cater, we've actually had people to have us cater in other states. So yeah, we've done that. So you can reach out to us. I'm excited. My kids, we work together in the kitchen, and my kids have started their own companies. And
all right. Kiki and Bryce.
Yeah, they cutting up.
Bless them.
Yes, they've been doing it since they were 2 and 3. They might well have their own business.
I know that's right. Let's read Michelle's comment before I let you go. She says, all you ladies are amazing, and this was a great show. Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
And I didn't even have to pay her for that. She really means it.
Okay.
Women's History Month. I want to say God bless you, Delendra. God bless you, Monique. Bye, ladies.
Bye.